Hello there, and welcome to Non-Dairy Cards. We're going to open up another one of these Topps 2025 Stadium Club. Last time it was rough. I think that's the best way to say it. Our best cards are up here on the stand. We got a base insert of the concentration for Roki. We got a parallel of Chase Petty. Only rookie parallel we got out of the 11 parallels we're guaranteed. A base insert of Shohei on the Savage Sluggers, and a base insert for Christian Campbell on the Yours for the Taking. So no numbered, no auto, no short print, nothing. I went and looked at all of the codes on the cards. So unless I'm just completely dumb, seems like we got a really crappy box. And my best cards out of Stadium Club thus far are these two that I've had for several decades here at this point. So without further ado, let's get in here. Hopefully we can actually get Nick Kurtz and Jacob Wilson to at least soothe the burn from that last box. But yikes is all I could say. So if we don't get anything here, I don't know that I'm going to be spending any more money on the Stadium Club this year. We'll go ahead and jump in and just see how we do. I'm going to keep it with the Leaning Tower of Cards here. Hopefully that changes up the luck. So we got Jace Young on the rookie. Aaron Judge, not a bad picture of Judge. Adames. Braxton Ashcraft. So some new cards here. So some cards I haven't seen, which probably leads to good news. Vladdy Jr., Nolan Shanuel, Connor Norby. There we go. Nick Kurtz. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve him up. Hope that means that we're going to have reason to sleeve things. Yeah, that was one of the cards we were looking for. I've seen somebody pull a member's choice of his. If I can get a parallel of Nick Kurtz, that would be fantastic. Sepia, I think, would look really great. But, I'm not going to be picky. As long as I get Kurtz and Jacob Wilson and, something worth spending the money on the box for, then I'll probably be okay. Tarek Skubal, Logan Evans, Corey Seager, the kid, Ken Griffey Jr. That's the first Griffey I've pulled out of this, so we'll throw him up there. For now, Yandy Diaz, O'Neal Cruz, Shota, and Dalton Rushing. All right, get into our next pack here. So we got Kershaw on his farewell. Max Muncy for the A's. You know what? I'm going to sleeve up Max Muncy. Let's just keep the A's rookies going, so when we get them, we're going to treat them right. Not going to put them in the top loader, but we'll just leave them up there, just so I have something to be excited about. Bobby Witt Jr., that's another. A lot of these water baths, Gatorade bath pictures. Not a bad picture there, but Josh Naylor. Another Bobby Witt in case of emergency. Jordan Alvarez. Ken Griffey on the base, and then Luke Keeschall. The flowing locks there. Looks great in that slide. All right, next pack here. Try not to bend up the corners on these. We got Ichiro, one of the best hitters of all time. Jackson Holiday. Edgar Quero on the rookie. And then we've got a Caleb Durbin rookie parallel there. So already matched our number of rookie parallels, and a few more exciting rookies, at least for me, in here. So we got Zimmerman. Looks like he's going to get tagged out there, but maybe he'll be safe. Who knows? I do. He's out. He's playing against the Giants. If I'm the umpire, that's all that matters right now. All right, moving on to the next pack. Looks like we're going to get a few different curtain calls here. Johan Santana. Arenado, Pujols, Wyatt Langford with the Gatorade shower. Yours for the Taking, Jacob Wilson on the parallel. All right, or on the insert. I will take that. Let's go ahead and sleeve him up. And you know what? I'm going to top load him because that's going to go on my PC as well. So got all of those random cards top loaded just because I like them. So we'll put it in over there. Put Max Muncy off to the side. Got Rutschman, Jimmy Rollins, and Max Scherzer. So we checked off a couple of our checklist items here. Still have 7 light blues and 2 of our sepia parallels coming. Now all we need is a numbered card, a short print or something. Got Freddie Freeman, James Wood, Polar Bear, Junior Caminero, Roki Sasaki on the light blue parallel here. So that is a great card. Nice little color match-ish there. I'm going to go ahead and top load that one, because I'm sure there are Dodger fans out there that would love to have that card, and I don't want to mess it up for them. It's definitely not one that's going to stick in the PC for me, but we'll move Caleb over to the side here, put Roki up there. Then we've got Luis Gonzalez, base Roki, and Mike Trout. All right, so definitely, at least from the parallel luck that we've had thus far and from the insert luck, feels like a much better box than our first one. Kumar Rocker, Amador, Zach Wheeler, Concentration of Paul Skeens. Not a bad-looking card there either, so definitely decent luck on that parallel. Cade Horton on the rookie, Derek Jeter, Gunnar Henderson, and Brooks Lee. Get these guys off to the side. All right, next pack here. Got Chase Dollander. That's a cool angle on that picture. I think I've seen that card before, but I didn't pay attention to it as well last time, but that's a cool card. Austin Riley, Zeke Tovar, Brenton Doyle, Santander with the light blue parallel. So we got 4 of our 9 thus far. Michael King, Sammy Sosa, and Aaron Nola. All right, let's see how we're doing. Next pack, and I'll see how many packs we have left. I think we're about halfway. Christian Yelich, Santander, Caleb Durbin, Adolis Garcia. So I think that is now 5 parallels. We got 4 more of those, and still we got 2 of our sepia coming. Piazza, Michael Harris, Jazz, and Chase Petty. All right, we are exactly halfway through. So I guess I've got a good eye for it, or I know I talk about this much halfway through my video. So Logan Henderson on the rookie. We got Rafi Devers, Ellie, Savage Sluggers of Reggie Jackson. I think this is going to be our sepia. Zach Wheeler. So not bad. We'll put Zach Wheeler over here as well with our other ones. Trevor Hoffman, Mookie Betts, and Caden Dana. Alrighty. Still looking for that base Jacob Wilson. Ryan Howard, Salvi Perez, Ozzy Albies, Gleyber Torres, Thomas Agassi, Riley Green, George Kirby, and Kyle Manzardo. So I think we are at now 6 of our light blue, 1 sepia, so 3 more parallels left in here. Got Hyesung Kim. I think that's the first time we've seen him. Xavier Edwards, Longo. In case of emergency, Dylan Cruz. And then we've got, looks like Will Wagner on our sepia. So, no. Wow. I was expecting a sepia, but we got an actual on-card auto from Will Wagner. That is awesome. So, yeah. Funny thing about Will Wagner is I was in a break way back when, and I think it was the logo fractor, Chrome logo fractor, and had the Will Wagner auto pulled out of that, and didn't end up getting that shipped to me. They ended up refunding the break cost for that, but I had one that was supposed to be part of my collection, but now we've actually got one that's part of the collection. So that's fantastic. Appreciate you for showing up, Will. That makes me feel a lot better about these boxes. Frank Thomas, Vladdy Jr., Christian Walker. Get into our next pack. So I can stop whining about these boxes now. Arozarena, Yamamoto, Agustin Ramirez, Frankie Lindor. So I think that leaves us at, if I'm doing my math right, we still have 3 total parallels, I think, due to us. Alcantara, Lawrence Butler, I'll go in my PC, Mackenzie Gore, and Yu Darvish. So I'm hoping between the 2 boxes, we're going to end up with close to a complete set here. That would be really nice. We got Bregman, Nolan Ryan, Mark Vientos, Logan Gilbert, Yours for the Taking, Ellie, which looks nice, Nomar, Ketel Marte, and William Contreras. All right. So we are still missing that base Jacob Wilson. Know that for certain. Got Severino, Miguel Cabrera, Marcus Semien, Michael Harris on the light blue. Toss him back there. Paul Konerko, Chase Utley, Chipper, and Kodai Senga. All right, 3 more packs. All right, Neto, Shohei. I think that's the first Shohei that we've gotten, and there we go. We got our Jacob Wilson. So welcome to the party, my friend. We'll go ahead and give you the Nick Kurtz treatment. Get you up there with your buddy. Awesome. Got the concentration of Justin Verlander. And then Connor Norby is going to be our sepia. Nice. And we got Seiya Suzuki, Gleyber Torres, and Bo Bichette. All right, 2 more packs. Now let me see how many parallels. I keep losing count of how many parallels we've pulled. So I think we've got 1 light blue left. Okay, I've not seen this picture yet, but that is a cool picture of Schwellenbach, Stephen Kwan, Joey Votto, David Festa. There is our last light blue. Not a bad looking card. And then Jung Hoo Lee. I think that's the first time we pulled him as well. Hunter Green, Ben Williamson, Shane Bieber, and last pack here. All right. We got Garcia, David Festa, Lindor, Chandler Simpson, Savage Sluggers of Bobby Witt Jr., Justin Henry Malloy, Dylan Cease, and Kevin Alcantara. So, much better opening than the first box. When, you know, our claim to fame of the first box was basically a Shohei base insert that we had in this case, and we had 1 rookie parallel here. This time we've got at least 2, maybe 3. We got Caleb Durbin on there, and David Festa, so we've got 3 there, and then the Roki light blue parallel, which is a great color match there. Obviously our Will Wagner on-card auto, definitely a great looking card there. Yeah, I'm very excited about that. And then we got the 2 rookies that I was gunning for that I needed to have, actually showed up this time, and then we got a nice insert of Jacob Wilson. So, you know what? All told, this one kind of makes up for the last box, and when you think about it, with a hobby box being $120, you're guaranteed 1 auto in the hobby box, and I think something like 18 parallels or something like that. We basically get the same thing out of 2 megas. So, with that being said, I think probably the megas are going to be the way to go out of these, but I'm not sure I would put these down as like a hard recommend to buy. But if you like the photography, if you like the parallels, it's not a bad offering. And I'd say if you're going to buy any of them, I would go with the megas over the blasters, because I don't like the green parallels as much. Although green parallel of Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz would be pretty cool. But appreciate you hanging out with me. Hopefully you had some luck with these, and we will catch you again next time.